I'm Dr. Kathleen Walls,
Shaheed.
and you are watching
Dr.
Walls and Friends. Welcome to Dr. Walls and Friends on UCCN TV. We are here live in Newark for the 30th anniversary of The Last Dragon. And I am here with independent filmmaker Shaheed. Shaheed, how are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. God is great.
Yes, all the time.
All the time.
So now you ended up getting snagged over here to be with me for a little bit of time.
Yeah, right.
Yes. Now you are an independent filmmaker and one of the first, if not the first, to use Newark as your backdrop.
Yes, I am. You know, we created movies like Smooth the Game is Dead, The Red Bow Tie, Turtleneck Gang, Thumbprint, and we got a new movie coming out called Sub in the Big City. So we've been using Newark as our backdrop.
Yes. Now, what made you use Newark? What made you choose this
Well,
place?
I'm a homeboy from Newark. I come from these street corners, all these little playgrounds and stuff. I was one of these kids growing up in the city of Newark, and I took all the stories from Newark and made movies out of it.
Yes.
You know?
We often talk about self-fulfilling prophecies and expectations. And now, would anyone have expected you to become this independent filmmaker coming from Newark?
I don't think so, because I didn't even expect me to be no filmmaker in Newark. Never in a million years I would have thought that I was going to be a filmmaker. I was boxing, you know. I was trying to be a professional prize fighter, and
What happened?
Well, I didn't like to get hit too much. So, when I left the boxing game, I wanted to find something that I loved doing.
Yes.
And one day, a friend of mine has a girlfriend by the name of Beverly Johnson.
Okay.
And they was modeling. They took me to the studio, and I started modeling as a professional model. And as a professional model, we call that silent acting.
Yes.
We act in front of the camera when we're taking these beautiful pictures. And I started watching filmmakers and photographers, and after the face dropped and I got a little older, I got into filmmaking.
Okay. And so what is it that you love about filmmaking?
Wow. Just being able to tell a story and be able to shape the world and be able to tell people what life is all about, and make people happy for an hour or two or whatever frame they have on this earth.
Yes. That is beautiful.
That's a beautiful thing.
It is. It is. So now we thank you for doing that very much.
Thank you very much.
Now tell us about The Last Dragon. What does this movie mean to you?
Wow, The Last Dragon. Wow, that was like the cult classic of karate films. I mean, Tamar was the guy that everybody wanted to be like. All the girls loved him. It was just a wonderful film where you could, see the art of karate and the art of kung fu, the art of fighting on TV, looking so beautiful. It was a wonderful story.
Definitely.
Some wonderful stars in it, and that was beautiful women like Avalone and was in it. And that was the film.
Yes.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
that was the film, and it's wonderful to have it here in Newark after so many years and being able to see it. And a wonderful producer like Barry Gordy produced it. So, Motown was like where I grew up with that music and everything, and that for them to have a film of this magnitude was just great to be able to do.
It's incredible.
Just African American people coming together and doing something positive in the film industry.
Yes, and you're continuing that legacy with the work that you're doing.
I'm trying to do the best I can do.
So now for people who are interested in finding out more about you and looking at your films, where's the best place for them to go?
You can go to shaheed.com. You can go to kanaiproduction.com. You can call my office 973-351-5868. And That's where you can catch me. I'm a local filmmaker doing some good things, and
right.
hopefully it grows better, bigger and strong, and we keep on moving.
Now, can you give us a word of inspiration for those young filmmakers who are coming up, or those people interested in filmmaking?
If you really like doing it, stay in the game and just keep on doing it. You'll always keep on learning, and keep God first, because that's the way you're going to get through it. Because it takes a lot to make a film. It takes a lot of willpower, mentality. It just takes a lot to make a filmmaker, and you know you grow as you keep on going. So just stay strong.
All right. You heard it right here from Shahid, and we'll be back on Dr. Walls and Friends.
Friday night turned into late Sunday. Open my eyes just to see your face. We lay there. Our scent paints the air, lips on ears, fingers in hair. Oh, I love it how you touch me there. There is no place I would rather be than here with you. It's true, it's true. Don't know what this is, don't know what this is, but I don't care. Not going nowhere. Hi, I'm Shola Disafarar. We are in Vag Veyman Studios in Paris. I have Josiah Woodson on the guitar and Jerry Thompson III on the bass. This is Going Nowhere, a song I composed with Florian Pelissier. Covers are over my head, legs intertwined while we lay in bed. I reminisce, I taste your lips. Just 1 month ago, I was home and all alone. Then I met you and my world explodes. Don't need to be free, 'cause your arms secure me. I'm yours, I'm yours. Don't know what this is, don't know what this is, but I don't care. Not going nowhere, going nowhere. Don't know what this is, don't know what this is, but I don't care. Not going nowhere.
Welcome back to Dr. Walls and Friends, here live in Newark at the 30th anniversary of The Last Dragon. And we are here with Mr. Matthew Williams. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you, Dr. Walls?
I'm doing wonderful. Now, what brings you out here today?
Well, I'm here supporting the people who are hosting this and my friend Khalil Massey.
Yes.
So I couldn't let it go by. You know, every time someone get on Facebook and say, would you support me?
That's
Everyone
right.
say they're all about the business and hey, we down with you. But it's really like come to like dropping everything that you're doing and coming out and supporting friends
right.
and other actors and filmmakers that are in the business.
And now I know filmmaking is very important to you.
Yes, indeed.
So now tell the people about your organizations.
Well, we run a Facebook group. It's NYC Filmmakers. We're probably about 7,000 strong right now. And we also used to do workshops in Times Square where we would get people who are actually in the business to come and talk to those who are just getting into the business.
Wonderful.
You know, and just to let them know about the pitfalls. You know, we had Pete Chapman. I don't know if you're familiar with him, but he did the movie Premium. And he raised $500,000 for this movie.
Wow.
So it was kind of like, could you come out and just tell other filmmakers who are up and coming how to raise $500,000 for their film?
Yes.
You know, he also casted Zoe Saldana and Hill Harper in his film, and this was one of his first films. So we wanted him to, you know, like talk to the members and people who joined the workshop and let them know, like, you know, what, how much work is involved in going out and getting A-list actors at the time. You know, so it's really about helping those who really don't know too much, so they don't trip and fall, and so they don't wind up hating the business, you know, instead of loving it like we do.
Now, you know, you mentioned Trip and Fall, and I'm thinking about one of your other businesses that you have.
Yes.
And that business is called?
That's Risen.
Yes.
www.risen.tv. Thank you very much for putting that on the air.
Yes.
We're all about, because I came up rough. You know, I was born here in Newark, New Jersey. You know, my parents didn't have much, but it felt like we had a lot, you know, until we began to go out into the job market. And, you know, I remember meetings, seeing other people go into meetings that we weren't allowed to go into. So I wound up in one of those meetings one day and realized exactly where I was, you know, and it wasn't like a punch in the face, but it was really like an awakening, you know, and that's when I really got the vision of, you know, I have to rise up from where I'm at, and wherever that may be. I could be really here and still have to continue to rise and not be satisfied with like the mediocre or just satisfied with where I am, but I always can move higher, because I think the higher I move, the more people I can reach down and pull up, you know. So that's why we named it Risen. It's all about coming up, you know. Whatever, wherever you are, it's about coming up from that position up to a higher position in your trade, in your craft, in your skills, you know.
And in your person.
Exactly, definitely.
I mean, that's an inspirational message. I was going to ask you to give a message of inspiration, but I think you already did.
Yes, it is. Definitely. So and we always use the motto, keep it moving.
All right.
You know.
So keep moving and keep rising.
I hear you. I didn't know Dr. Wall sing, y'all. Let me find out. That's all right.
So give the people the website one more time. Look into the camera.
It's www.risen.tv. Check us out.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Dr. Walls. I'm going to reach out to you guys.
All right, please do.
Okay.
All right, and we'll be back on Dr. Walls and Friends.
Lemon mademwe ki place sorti tifi. Premier bagay mwe kawe pon se mwe se just simply see. Then they ask, nah, what ends you reppin'? What's your postcode? I exhale, and with a sunshine smile, I simply reply that I do not rep ends or a postcode. I represent an island, a place that I call home. If you're asking me for my area code, it's 758. If you're asking me the precise geographical location of where I'm from, I'll tell you that my home lies amid the Atlantic Ocean and the Caribbean Sea. 238 square miles of picturesque scenery. She is known as the Helen of the West Indies and shapes every atom of my identity. I am from a land where beauty is not loud or overbearing, but simply striking, exquisite, and luminary from within. Though her soils have been trodden over 14 times, they are no less fertile. They remain enriched with the seeds of multicultural roots from Europeans, African slaves, Arawak Indians, and Caribs too. Yet when I cross new lands, I am labeled as foreign fruit, for it takes time for others to gain insight as they sit and overlook. My culture, my diversity. So I stand tall like the pitons, harnessed to a strong sense of national identity. And when I am repeatedly questioned as to why, my home is not regarded as the place in which I reside, in my justification I can only reply that home is where the heart lies. I am from a land where knowledge is wealth, a place of prosperity and fidelity, where the warmth of the sun is reflected in my people, in their characters and in their skin. See, we have sepia tones through to cocoa brown skins enriched with melanin. I come from a place independent, where toil and hard graft are no secret. Long before 1979, my people have sweat to fertilize soils for their livelihood and to ensure that their families are well kept. I come from an island of balance, where among the hard labor we still find the chance to embrace the sublime around us and enjoy nature at its best. Yet when the weekend arrives or it's Vaval time, we still go fest. After fete, after fete. Let there be no mistake that my people, we know how to have fun. Because when time comes, it's pure wine and get on in true, get on our fashion. Yes, we're a versatile nation with an acute sense of time appropriation. From a young age, we are encouraged to learn, encouraged to take pride in ourselves with manners and decorum. And so it breaks my heart, it saddens me to know that people choose to bring ill publicity to a place that I call home. You forsaking their national culture for the imitation of another, committing crime after crime, and yet they remain unwilling to serve or to do the time, living ignorant lifestyles, being vile and hostile, forgetting the toils of their forefathers and ancestors, going adrift, severing ties to their anchors. I may have only been a child, but I still remember when Trini Calypsonian Gypsy sang to the little black boy corrupted by violence and gangs. He sang to him to go to school and learn, encouraging him to show some concern. There's far too much beauty in my country to be idle and let it go to waste. So I pray that we continue to encourage our youth to make their world a better place. Keep them tied to their foundations so that regardless of migration, they hold a sense of pride and relation to their history and their nation. Mommy encouraged me to be world class, to stay rooted to my nationality. So now I infect the world with my Lucian pride, promoting an awareness of cultural identity. Yes, no matter where I go, everyone knows where I am from. A proud Lucian, this is me. Tell them, sing it loud and proud of where you come from. Yes, where you come from. Yes, be proud. Where you come from, be proud. Come from St. Lucia.
Welcome back to Dr. Walls and Friends. I am here with Rochelle. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me today.
Oh, I'm so glad you could join us.
Yes.
And as we were saying, so many times we get a chance to see people on Facebook. Rarely do we get a chance to see them in person. So you are now live in person in our presence.
Yes. How y'all doing? How you doing? Yes.
And so now you have a stage name that I'm going to let you say because you say it sexier than I do.
Oh, not a problem.
Okay.
My stage name is La Chocolate Box. So, for those who know or don't know, it's a performance poetry, performance spoken word or poetry moniker. So it's something that I came up with, I don't know, like 5-6 years ago. Actually, no, I'm lying. I'm going to go all the way back. The story is maybe about 2003. I was looking for just a different email address. It's true. I was doing a book report with my daughter, and I came across the term chocolate-box,
Okay.
which means sweetly pretty or overly sentimental.
Oh.
And that's it. So when you add the la to it, which is the
Yes.
prefix for the in French or Spanish,
Yes.
it just means the sweetly pretty, overly sentimental one.
Look at that.
That's it. Girl, please, I will cry on stage in a half minute. Yeah, so I get very emotional sometimes when, when presenting poetry and that sort of thing, and I feel. So when I decided to start, I always wrote, but to start performing spoken word in 2009, it was just a name that kind of,
Jumped out at you.
it kind of jumped out. It wasn't like the first year. I actually recorded an EP, and during the recording of the EP in the studio, I was asked, well, what is your stage name? And I said, Rochelle, ... And they were like, nah, come up with something else. And I'm thinking, but why do I have to come up with something that's provocative or this or that? So I said, I have this weird email address that I had for years and years.
Yes.
And that's how the chocolate box came about.
Look at that.
So, a lot of people think that it's, all about erotic poetry and that sort of thing, but it's not.
Okay.
It's not about, being sexual. It really is simply what's said.
Yes.
Sweetly pretty, overly sentimental.
I love it.
But over the years, it's kind of taken its own, chorus, essence on stage, and like that corny, cheesy little box of chocolates, and you never know what you're going to get.
Yes.
It's so corny, it's so true, it's the nougat, the nuts, the caramel,
Yeah.
you just never know.
See?
So
And
that's it.
That's
That's it.
I love it.
That's
I love
it. So
now, do you have a little piece you'd like to share with us here?
I'm thinking,
Give them a little taste. Like if they were to open up that chocolate box and take that bite, you don't have to give them the whole thing.
Okay, not a problem. This piece is called, bits and pieces of it. It's called Invisible Chains. It takes a man that has lived 1,000 years to understand a man that has only lived a single day. He teaches life is truly what you make it. Whether it's a week or the course of a lifespan, stand proud, dear black man, for a dying hope be not at stake yet. He says, these invisible chains persist, and blistering this here black skin I insist. So brother, take care how you address me, lest you lethally convince the masses that I plus you and yours are all classless, and nothing but worthless souls, every sheet, every heat.
All right now. All right.
So, it's one of my, again, La Chocolate Box is nothing to do with erotic poetry. Now it gets down a little bit here and there, but that's not the premise of who I am. No.
That's right. I
No.
love that variety in that box.
Thank you.
I love
Thank
it.
you.
Now tell us what brings you out here today for the 30th anniversary of The Last Dragon.
First and foremost, who is not a fan of that man?
Who is not?
Who is
Schoolgirl
not?
crush all day, all long. Yes.
I actually had the honor of speaking with him a couple years ago, and again this past November via the Urban Action Showcase with Demetrius Angelo and ASC Productions, who's actually co-sponsoring this. And one of the things that I told him is that my sister and I, literally, I don't know if you remember the poster. It was the one where he had that yellow.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Huge poster. And we literally, every time we ran out of the house, we would kiss it on our way out the door to the school bus. So kiss, huge poster, right next to Michael Jackson. And I'm telling you, we all thought we were going to marry him and
That's
that sort
right.
of thing.
That's right.
But as we got older again, when I spoke to him, I found that Timok is such a down-to-earth guy. He has a crazy little sense of humor. You know what I'm saying? And just him being here is a testament that he's like, not all Hollywood where I'm bigger and better and I'm too good for that. No, he's like of the people and with the people. You know what I'm saying? So I came out to support. I've been here before, and I am like so looking forward to seeing the movie. Definitely.
I'm so glad that you came.
Thank you.
Now, for people who are interested in finding out more about you and your poetry and all that you do, where should they go?
Well, they can go. I'm on Facebook, and it's La Chocolate Box. As simple as it sounds, LA Chocolate Box. You can also look me up on Twitter and Instagram. As well, I'm affiliated with DPTV Networks because I'm a red carpet correspondent. So we cover different events and that sort of thing. So, you can check us out, DPTV Networks. There's a lot of YouTube videos out there and whatever. So you can see a lot of my performances.
Perfect.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Mama.
All
Not
right.
a problem.
And we'll be back on Dr. Walls and Friends. Welcome back to Dr. Walls and Friends, and we are here with the man himself, Ty Mock. How are you doing?
I'm great. Thank you.
Oh, so we are here the day before, March 21st. It came
Right.
out March 22nd, 1985.
Right.
30 years.
30 years.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling 30.
You said.
Yeah.
Can you believe that this amount of time has passed?
It's very interesting. Very interesting. It feels great.
Yeah.
That there's so many people that still love this film so much, and I'm just blessed to be a part of it, and to be able to greet people that weren't even born when the movie came out. And some that were. So it's a wonderful experience being here. And also other places across the country I'll be going to for the
Where else
30th
are you
anniversary.
going?
Well, I leave to Texas. We're going to do a whole tour in Texas, Austin, Dallas, Houston, San Antonio.
Okay.
Yeah, in each city at the Draft House Theater.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I was talking with some of the people who are here today in Newark, and they're bringing their children for the first time.
Right.
see it.
Yeah, I know.
And so to be able to
Wonderful.
pass on, you are now part of a family legacy.
So true.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah. So now, what are some of the? I was thinking about the movie and thinking about my first experience watching it, and the part that stood out to me then, and even resonates more with me now, is that whole idea of the inner glow
Right.
and tapping into the inner glow.
Right.
What would you say it meant to you then as the actor, and what does it mean to you now as the adult?
Well, then I was young and I didn't know anything. I just was, I guess, natural, just going with the flow. And it's really what's in your heart, and once you have a heart that is about people, not about just you,
Yes.
and it's about want to make something good in the world, and that's what the glow is,
Yes.
When it's authentic and it's in your heart, it will come out. It'll come out.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now, I guess it was about a year or 2 years ago, we had a chance to speak in Atlantic City.
Right.
And you were talking about some of the community work that you do and
Right,
that
right,
which
right.
is near and dear to your heart.
Right.
Can you tell the audience a little bit about some of that work?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I developed a seminar that helps young people to make a connection between their schoolwork and their dreams in the future. So I play a little trick on them. It's kind of innocent, but it opens up their eyes a little bit more about what's happening right now.
Yes.
And that's what it's about. So it's unfoldingdream.org, and you can find out more there.
Okay. And they can also find out where you're going to be in Texas. Where's the best place for them to
Yeah,
find out?
go to www.imtaimak.com.
Yes.
IAMTAIMAK. And under appearances, you'll see everything I'm doing in the upcoming months.
And you know what? Can you do us a favor? Tell
Yeah,
the
sure.
people, because so many people say Ty Mac.
Yeah, it's Ty Mock.
Instead of saying Ty Mock.
Yeah, it's understandable. It's just the A is a European vowel, so it's instead of a.
Yes.
So it's Taimak.
And what does Ty Mock mean?
Actually, my father used to take care of this little kid. That he really had a place in his heart for this kid, and this kid he never saw again when he moved out of the country with us when we were born. So he remembered kind of the guy's name but it's really his name was pronounced Taimak, and he ended up being a world judo champion and jiu-jitsu champion.
Wow.
So it's the irony is I took to martial arts
Exactly.
as well. So if you want your kids to be martial arts, I guess you name them Taimak. Right?
Well, thank you so much for taking this time with us.
Thank you.
We're about to go in and check out the screening.
Definitely.
All right, congratulations to all your success.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for the influence that you have had in so many people's lives.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right, take care. And we'll be back on Dr. Walls and Friends.
What? This is the bad girl's anthem. I'm tired of it. Being a good girl. But now I'm gone bad. Sick and tired of crying every night, hurting from the pain you brothers put us through, loving you so right, and you do us wrong. Well, it's about time you listen to this song. Bad to the bone, rough to the core, ain't gonna take you no more. Ain't that girl that you knew before. I'm a bad girl, real bad girl. So stylish, I'm a bad girl. I'm really bad. Good girl gone bad. See, from now on, the world revolves around us. No more sacrificing, giving our all. No more of your stress, dealing with your mess. If it ain't about us, then we could care less. Bad to the bone, rough to the core, ain't gonna take you no more. Ain't that girl that you knew before. I'm a bad girl, real bad girl. So stylish, I'm a bad girl. I'm really bad. Good girl gone bad. This is about self-preservation. I gotta make this transition a real evolution. If I'm gonna stay on top, bad to the bone, rough to the core, ain't gonna take you no more. Ain't that girl that you knew before. I'm a bad girl, real bad girl. So stylish, I'm a bad girl. Ooh, girl.
Welcome back to Dr. Walls and Friends on UCCN TV. We are here live in Newark, New Jersey at the 30th. I can't believe it's the 30th anniversary of The Last Dragon. It's amazing. March 22nd, 1985 was when it came out. But even though you claim you weren't born when it came out, you are one of the lead sponsors in it being here.
Yes, I am.
Yes.
I am. I'm the local ambassador for the Newark, New Jersey stop of the Last Dragon 30th anniversary tour.
Yes.
Demetrius Angelo and I collaborated on bringing it here, of course, with Timeock, and here we are.
Here you are.
Here we
so
are.
now introduce yourself to the people. Tell me your name and your organization, your business.
Okay, my name is Khalil Masi. One of the organizations that I am involved with is Umoja Film Works. It's my film production company, along with my partner Raymond Muhammad, who's a New York-based. He's from Newark originally, but he's a California-based filmmaker, writer, producer, editor, director. So we both are the co-owners of Umoja Film Works, and we're helping to bring this together here to Newark, New Jersey.
Now you mentioned the ambassador, and this gentleman over here to my left, your mentor-mentee,
Yes.
is
The Street Doctor.
the Street Doctor.
Peace.
Now, please introduce yourself to the people
My
who
name-
don't know you.
My name is the Street Doctor. The reason why I'm here because of the anniversary, 30 years.
Yes.
And I was 6 years old when, well, I'm just joking, but 30 years, and I'm a big fan of the martial arts. I was just talking to my brother that I was going to come, I don't care what, because I love that.
Yes.
I love that art.
Yes.
I'm a big fan. Also, we just did a show on here under Shaheed production called The Thumbprint,
Yes.
which was great. Thank you again, brother, for being there. What we doing now, he did with us.
I know.
And it was fantastic. So it's just an honor of being here.
Now
And
tell-
also, while I'm here, I would like to give you a card. These
Yes.
are my new cards.
I got it. Now tell the people about, why do they call you the street doctor?
That name came 14 and a half years ago from the streets of Newark with the murders and the killings. And I just was going around. I had a white coat on, and not for that reason. That was for psychology, because I was teaching in the schools. And a guy named Ishmael Salam came on and said, last but not least, the street doctor.
Wow.
And that's how I got it,
Wow.
15 years ago.
Look at that. Look at that. Now, how have you been influenced by the street doctor?
Well, when Street first came home, and I don't even know how I originally met him, to be dead honest. I just, somehow or another, we ended up in the same venue somewhere. Someone introduced me to him. We started talking, and what happened was that another friend of mine, Raymond Spencer, who's a filmmaker also, and he's an activist and such forth like that, we both started talking with him. He needed some support, so we went around with him. In the original, went around, talked to the people, got the donuts and the cakes for the kids, and
See, a lot of people was afraid of our kids.
Yes.
And they wasn't afraid. And you don't have many people like that.
That's right. That's right.
He just influenced me, just being an older brother out here on the streets, doing the work, talking to the people, trying to keep the community safe.
Yes.
I had been involved in activism before that, but you have many mentors.
Yes.
Each one teach one, and he's still out here doing the work. I'm out here doing the work, and we come together and in different venues and continue to do the work.
Wonderful. I'm thinking about the movie, and one of the main parts of the movie is finding that inner glow. And so the work that you do, finding it in yourself, and then how do you impart that into others?
Because been there and done that. So when I look at them kids and see the bad behavior and all that stuff, I was like that. So the Creator blessed me is to revisit myself and say, go and make sure nobody end up like you. And it's been a hard journey, but fun.
All right. All right. Anything you'd like to add to that?
As far as dinner glow?
Yes.
I mean, well, definitely being a martial artist, I understand the message. It's about finding the master inside of yourself.
Yes.
A lot of times people hear the word master and they're thinking about someone else, over top of you, lording over you. We all have teachers and mentors, but a teacher is a guide pointing back to yourself, teaching you how to find that teacher inside yourself and bring out that inner glow, that consciousness. So I definitely understand and relate to that
I
message.
feel like I should say show enough.
Show enough.
Show enough. So now, how can people find out more about you?
The street doctor. That's why I got the card. I just got these cards made up, but that's why I gave you cards.
All right.
Everything is on there.
And you can go to YouTube and watch The Street Doctor?
Yeah, all you do is just put in Street Doctor Thumbprint, and
All right.
it pops right up.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
taking this time with us.
Yes, ma'am.
And sir, for people to find out more about you,
KHALILMAASI. Just Google it. I hope that doesn't sound egotistical.
no, it does not.
But you'll find me.
Yes.
If you Google me, you'll find me. Facebook, imdb.com.
All right.
Twitter, anywhere else. My name will come up if you Google that name.
All right, perfect.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for taking this time with us.
Thank you.
All right, and we'll be back on Dr. Walls and Friends. Dr. Walls and Friends. We are here with R. Marcos. How are you doing?
Blessed and happy to be here.
Yes, so we are at the 30th anniversary of The Last Dragon.
Yeah, that's awesome.
How has The Last Dragon impacted your life?
Wow. Wow. Oh, one thing, I would like pretend I was Bruce Leroy and do all the fight scenes, even the ones like falling. Even though he had doubles, I actually fell. So, but you know, it's fun. You know, you're a kid, you know.
Exactly.
And I would literally fight like this. If I had to fight, of course, yeah. But I studied martial arts since I was about 4.
Oh, wow.
And,
What style?
Many styles.
Okay.
I just put it like that.
All right.
Like I said, I'm a fighter, U.S. heavyweight champion Muay Thai, and you know, Mr. Timac, and it's just when you saw him, it was like you wanted to be him, just because of what he did. He's a real martial artist. You don't have actors being, you know, because they look terrible on film. Sorry. And have a great martial artist like him, who could fight, who was a champion, can act and do well and carry a film. It was success, and I just said this to you, how Timac was in the 80s was the most successful black action hero. I mean, we had Action Jackson, but it bombed. Nobody really supported it. But when we saw Bruce Leroy Timac, people came.
Yeah.
And, you know, like I said, he's the only successful black action hero in the 80s.
And so now I'm thinking about the influence that he's had in your life, how that movie, how martial arts, but now also you're an actor.
I guess I am. I guess.
And you have a project coming out at the end of the summer.
Yeah. It's hard to believe, but I'm afraid to say because the guy's been through some crazy stuff lately.
And in this face, you won't believe who he'll be playing. See this face here? And this is how we know you're an excellent actor, because when we see it on screen, we might feel a little different about it.
I think so.
Okay, go ahead, tell people.
I play Suge Knight in Straight Outta Compton. You know, the NWA story, you know, Dr. Dre, Ice Cube, and Jerry Heller, and Suge Knight, Marion, and Suge Knight. So yeah, it was a great experience when I was working on it. I got death threats and all that other stuff, but I'm from New Jersey. I ain't scared of that stuff. For real, I've been through too much. But anyway, honestly, on set it was like the Million Man March. Honestly, it was brotherhood. It was love. That's when he was emotional. I said the strongest men are.
Yeah.
Because they've been through so much and they're still here. It's the strongest men are the most emotional.
That's right.
Because they've been through so much. So they take that love. When someone gives them love, it makes you emotional. And crying releases the pain. People think about, I say if you lost a relative, when you cry, you're releasing all that, and that spirit is still with you, touching you when you cry. So don't be ashamed to cry. I whooped a lot of butt, and I'm telling you, I ain't scared to cry. I cry all the time. So, but going back to the film, on the set was awesome. It was everybody really wanted to make it good. I mean, a lot of things kind of changed and stuff, but you didn't care because you was working. And I believe, like, I have nothing to complain about. And I like to work. I like to, you know, do that stuff. So
as you're talking about it, the word solidarity keeps coming to my mind.
Yeah. Oh man, complete solidarity with everybody. I'm talking about the security, the ADs, the drivers. I mean, it was all family. I mean, really,
wonderful.
Dr. Dre and Ice Cube and F. Gary Gray. The producers of Universal. It was like nothing got stolen. If something got lost, you get it right back. You had Clips. You got the Crips and the Bloods together, and really crying of happiness because they're out of jail and they have a legitimate job working on this project for 3 months. And I know I probably shouldn't say, but Bone, he's an actor. He's involved with that the issue with the tape where Suge Knight issue and stuff. But I'm not talking about that, so nobody get mad. I'm just saying, from me experiencing my time with him, he has been nothing but an influence of positivity, and I just want to say that. Bone, I hope everything is cool. God's with you. I mean, it's a shame about it, but honestly, this film needs to be seen because it's a positive film.
And so we're looking at August?
Yes, August.
This year?
I'm not sure. I know it's the second week in August, I believe. Don't quote me.
So we'll look forward to it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's gonna. For my character, it's kind of going crazy, but that's what I do, right? I'm pretending.
You're an actor.
Yeah, I guess.
You're an actor, so
Yeah.
we'll check you out in other projects as well.
Oh yeah, I got some. Well, I'll do real quick. The Martial Arts Kid, starring Don the Dragon Wilson, Chuck Zito, and then Wild for the Night, directed by Benny Boone, and Tommy Flanagan. That was in Sons of Anarchy. So, and I just finished last week. Oh gosh. What is it? The Batman show or pre-Batman? I don't even know. Gotham. Yeah.
Yes.
So
we'll look for you in all types of places.
I'm trying.
All right.
I'm trying.
Sounds like you're doing.
I'm blessed.
All right.
It's all God. So.
Well, we'll talk to you again.
Yes, ma'am.
All
It'll be a pleasure.
And we'll see you again real soon on Dr. Walls and Friends.
If I skipped barefoot down the street in the rain, an axe in my left hand, a puppet over my right, deep-set mascara-smeared eyes, a bejeweled mouth, partially open 'cause I'm squealing in delight. Would you think I was crazy? If I were a 500-pound bikini model playing the banjo atop the passenger platform of a busy subway train, would my rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner have me committed or declared legally insane? How crazy is this world when a 6-month-old baby has an 11-year-old mother, or a child playing with his father's gun accidentally kills another? I heard that a young man murdered both parents by way of household hammer, and another shot 11 students in his school because they made fun of his grammatical stammer. Makes my sort of crazy seem a little less hazy, right? A 15-year-old teen pimped out her 7-year-old sister to several men at a neighborhood gathering. A 4-month-old baby lost 7 fingers, chewed off by family pet while mom and dad were off philandering. In Afghanistan, rebel soldiers by the neck hung an innocent 8-year-old boy. Understand that crazy is a mandated mental trait when tactics like that are employed. Damn, an 8-year-old hung by a soldier instead of chilling at home with his soldier toy. Crazy world. If I wore 1 ballet slipper and 1 oversized construction boot, while all the while I dance a woman waltz while clad in a fluorescent scuba diving suit, would you think I was crazy? And one weekend, 3 separate fathers killed their own seeds, done so with fury, rage, and emotional defeat. A single mom is blamed for death of toddler, struck by inebriated driver as she plus child jaywalked a city street. A Midwest man out of his mind on methamphetamines forcibly made love to the family cat. A schizophrenic mom cut throat of toddler, his tiny heart police believe mom may have consumed thereat. Now what if I repeatedly shouted the word cookie while singing aimlessly at a brick wall? Would you steer clear of me, citing my mind was gone, that I had in fact finally lost it all? Our ecosystem is suitable, scientists continue to lie, but millions of fish are floating, and birds have literally fallen from the sky. These ill-fated, untimely deaths, the very same scientists seem hesitant in telling us why. Racist Europeans striving for golden tans. War started but won't end in any of our lifespans. Unwanted babies thrown generation. In the US, there's unrelenting joblessness, equating lifestyle degradation. Understand that the real damage from BP's oil spill will not be seen in our natural generation. A steady rise in HIV and its associated disease, millionaires paying fewer taxes than that of their loyal employees. In the rainforest, greedy businessmen continue to cut down 100-year-old trees. All crazy. More than 50 million without healthcare in this nation. Inner city young men and women receiving substandard education. Police brutality is at times rewarded with a medal and/or leadership commendation. A national debt failing communities cannot afford. Holy men molest naive children, then fall to their knees in worship of the Lord. Around the globe, there are approximately 24,000 nuclear bombs secretly stored. Every man for his or herself has become common creed. Sightless political viewpoints, lacking imagination of sound mind, they supersede. The world has taken on a new profound malevolence with the sweet taste of devil's weed. I'm not crazy! I'm not crazy! I'm not crazy! If I sat at a curb in a feathered down coat in 90-degree heat, discussing politics with a pigeon who found joy and scampering about my feet, would you think I was crazy? If I set off to see the world with $12 a sandwich and a handful of sunny smiles, traveling by foot, I would plan to visit restaurants, railways, and various theater aisles. Would you think that was crazy? Well, if I continue to skip down that very same street in the rain, I would eventually reach my destination, no loss, no gain. And with a sound mind, a superb idea, abundantly sane, I would have made my decision, and that's to go play chicken with my dear friend, that busy subway train. You see, I found this crazy, crazy world has become too much, just too much for me to mentally contain. Crazy world. What a crazy, crazy world.
The fans are in charge,
Okay.
but we're just answering the call.
All right.
It's great to be back with you guys. We appreciate your support, Dr. Wall and you and Ed. Basically, the Urban Action Showcase and Expo celebrates diversity and honors the past, present, and future minority achievements, specifically within the multifaceted action genre. Knowing for this generation that The Last Dragon is our only cult classic.
Yes.
If you weren't born in the 60s, you don't really know about Shaft. And then after the 70s reign, we hit a drought. And The Last Dragon was the first hero to come on the scene for the next generation.
Yes.
So basically in November, my event, you know how the new car comes out early. We decided that we were going to celebrate the Berry Gordy's Motown Meets Martial Arts Cult Classic by doing a pre-celebration, bringing out the cast, and of course you guys were there. Oh, you can't see the shirt.
Yes.
Okay.
There we go.
You know, making the T-shirts and everything for us. And it's important for us to have heroes, first of all, but heroes that reflect both our image and our interest. When you're growing up, it's hard to see images that don't reflect you and feel a sense of esteem, of heroic esteem.
Yes.
We have heroes, but a lot of times they're not seen.
Yep.
So what our platform does is bring those heroes out of the darkness into the light so people can both celebrate them, honor them, and also if they want to follow in their footsteps, find out how to do that.
That's right. As I hear you saying that, I'm saying even connect with them.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Absolutely. So a friend of mine, Khalil Masi, a filmmaker, friend of mine, suggested that Newark would be a wonderful place to actually have the premiere. The Last Dragon came out 1985, March 22nd.
I know.
This is March 21st,
Yes.
2015, 30 years later. And to have a property that's viable and still licensed on television today, you'll see it on Centric, you'll see it on BET, you'll see it on Bounce,
Yep.
you'll see it on TV One.
Yes.
So it's very much still a part of our cultural
Yes, it is.
fabric. And you got to understand that this is actually the first action comedy film that is diverse.
True.
If you know this film, everybody, it's a New York film.
Yeah.
This is New York
It
City.
is. It is.
Everybody's in the film, and it goes together perfectly.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes. It's amazing. You know, what impact, you've spoken to the impact that it has on the larger audience who watched it. You personally, do you remember when you
Absolutely.
first saw it?
That's why I do what I do. I realized that if we don't celebrate us, no one else will. So when 1985, when The Last Dragon came out, I know for a fact I had my father take me 3 times.
All right.
2 different theaters that I saw this film. I was born in D.C.
Uh-huh.
So that was the day that I saw that, you know what? I can do this. I can be an action star. I can aspire to this.
Yes.
And I started, getting my headshots ready. So it was a
Look at
great
that.
inspiration to me growing up. It gave me the sense of I can. Why? Because there was an image that reflected my image
Yes.
and my likeness in mass media.
Yes.
So that's what we do at the Urban Action Showcase. We create opportunities for filmmakers, writers, directors, comic book creators to be able to place their images in front of a niche audience with mass support from the HBO Cinemax brand. And it's growing. We started a partnership with Urban World Film Festival last September, so we'll be back with that in September.
Good.
And then, of course, in November, the beginning of November, the full Urban Action Showcase will be in full effect, and you guys will definitely be there. We like to connect with like-minded individuals, positive individuals, and I must say, we celebrate positive heroic images.
Yes. Very much
I'm
so.
gonna say it like that.
Very
I ain't
much
gonna
so.
go no further.
You're gonna leave it there.
I'm gonna leave it there.
Well, you know what
But that's what I'm talking about.
What I thought was wonderful at the Urban Action Showcase this past year was that there were also child stars as well, child action heroes. And many times you don't get a chance to see that. And so it was for people who knew The Last Dragon 30 years ago, as well as those who are up and coming.
Well, believe it or not, The Last Dragon launched a lot of careers.
Yeah.
A lot of careers. Ernie Reyes Jr. He was the first, after being in The Last Dragon, the little kid that does the, his name was Ty in the film. But after that, he went on to be the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Oh, wow.
He went on to do several films. He did The Rundown with The Rock. He's in a lot of films. So this film launched a lot of careers. So, like I said, we're about diversity. We're about honoring the honorless, so to speak.
Yes.
And celebrating our own, and we can't wait for somebody else to do it.
That's right.
We have to come together and do it and support it, and I'm so glad that Newark has come out to support, their icons. Their icons is very important.
Yeah.
I also would like to thank Frank from, this is Shaq's Cityplex 12.
Yes.
I would like to thank Frank. Frank is the general manager.
Hello, Frank.
Frank's the general manager here at Cityplex 12. He has supported us from day one. He worked with us, and I tell you, they put out the welcome mat.
Wonderful.
To help us
We're happy to
honor.
have him.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And his whole nice people.
It's been a steady line for about
Tay
the
Max
past 2
here.
hours now. I know.
I know, amazing.
Can you believe it?
Amazing.
Yeah. So, like I said, Shaq's Cityplex 12. has really been a positive driving force. You know, a lot of people say, oh, you could do something, but you know what these folks did? They put us on the website.
Look at that.
They put us on the Facebook page. They made our picture the Facebook, you know what I'm saying? He supports the community.
Yes.
We need to come out and support him.
That's it.
Shaq's name is on this. We need to support Shaq.
That's right.
You know, this gentleman is a godsend, I tell you.
Thanks, Demetrius. I appreciate it.
So now tell people where the Cineplex is so they can come down.
Cineplex 12 has been open almost 3 years. There's 12 theaters with stadium seating, digital projection, and great quality service here. And we're trying to build this theater into something beautiful for the community.
And what's the address here?
360 Springfield Avenue in the heart of Newark, New Jersey.
Right, so be sure to come check them out.
Yeah.
Yes, well, thank you both so much for taking the time to be on the show.
Thank you, Dr. Wall.
You're welcome, and we look forward to watching the movie in a few moments.
Yes, we will.
All right, and we'll be back shortly on Dr. Walls and Friends. Dr. Walls and Friends, I find passion, purpose, inspiration to